And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta in our resistance run. Most notably, we're at the state where we're going to probably start fighting for Jupiter. We've got our first fleet at Jupiter. Defending the dock, defending the one little mine we've got there. We've got one ship that's basically going to be staying at the dock, detached from the fleet because it's taking too much damage. We got another fleet inbound. It will arrive on the 10th of May. By then, the dock should be complete, so we should be able to do refueling missions there. At that point, we can probably start to push out and take over more of Jupiter.
Ready.
Back on Earth, affairs have happened to put us at war with the alien administration. Now, in a way, that's probably good for us. The aliens have no army, so we can, in theory, just ship territories off of them. One thing I'm going to do with the United States, and basically everyone who's at war with the aliens, is we're going to start building army. We're going to start improving our military, just so that we can have more armies to push into them. This is going to slow down sort of all the processes of fixing nations, which is a little worrisome, but I think it'll be fine. I suppose armies are something we can basically buy. Yeah, we probably could buy armies. To get an army out or so, to start forcing our efforts on the aliens a little bit more. But for the moment, we'll just use normal investment mechanisms. So the aliens have no army on Earth. They do have a bunch of uniforms, which may get in the way. I think our first goal, and to be fair, what got us into war is that we had India properly declare independence from the alien nation. So we're going to roll in. We're going to try to liberate southern India. Along that process, we're probably going to do... The next tech we're probably going to do is the India one. Greater India. I know in the beta patch it's using the Indian name for India, which is Bharat. But yeah, we're gonna do Greater India. At which point then we'll be able to liberate sort of half of Pakistan to India, maybe merge the other bit of Pakistan in there, and then we're basically gonna be globetrotting, trying to free bits of the world. Oh, and I suppose I do control bits of the EU. I'm going to hold off investing that because we should probably get the servants out sooner rather than later. In the meantime, India is reasonably stable. I do have control points, so maybe that's... or control point capacity, so maybe I should be working on getting our way into India. Or into the EU. Get the servants back out. And yeah, lots of things have changed between the beta and this patch. We're obviously going to be playing on this patch because we're going to finish it out. The next one we'll probably play on the beta. One of the changes I think is they've added some bad events to Unity. Specifically Unity in democratic countries. Yeah, so we're public campaigning there. We probably want you guys to come over and start public campaigning in the EU.
I will tell our story.
Ready for my mission. Work in the public.
Okay. So let's confirm assignments. Let's get moving forward. We're waiting for some things to happen before we get really active here. Although I suppose in the meantime, we're waiting for those armies to group up. Assault ship launching towards Earth to arrive September of 2054. So more than a year out. Don't think that'll be a problem. Unless other things happen that make it a problem. Okay, so that is the core. The space dock will be done in mere days. Okay. Okay, I've got 5 armies or so here. waiting for them to heal up, aren't we? So you're healed in there. 87, 72. Okay. So most of those are looking decent. Yeah, I should probably put a little bit more priority on getting rid of the Xenos. The Xenomorphs. Because while they're not technically the aliens' armies, they're kind of the alien armies at this point. Okay, you're stuck there. You're on hunt aliens, so if there's actually any aliens in Japan, you'll hunt them. You're not going to build a navy in Japan. Get that, they got an army moving. Okay. Point defense array, space dock complete. Is that the whole thing done? No, the construction module's gonna take a while, but that's fine. Okay, so what we want to do, now that that's fixed, is repair these guys. Repair and resupply. Well, maybe just resupply first. That's taking days, okay. The repair order, 5.2 days. This is for the 9 minimally damaged ones. I'm pretty sure the last ones could take even longer to repair.
Things are cooling off.
Things are stabilizing.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Okay. One of them, alien. Xenomorphs is dealt with. You probably want to have a little bit while to recover. Can you actually get down here? Yeah. Okay, and get down here and help. Okay, well, let's have you start to recover. Down, it's 31%. Okay, you lack naval capacity, so you're stuck in this area. That's fine, we've got aliens to fight there, so go fight those aliens. Okay, so we're waiting for all those armies to recover a little bit before we toss them in. Romeo, 813 repaired. Okay. Then Romeo 886 wants to undergo repair. Which is going to take 65 days currently. We'll start at repairing. And then we are going to undock the fleet. Not necessarily because we're going anywhere. Although we are kind of going to go somewhere. Instead of being in... So there's two orbital spots here. There's the low orbit where we've got our base. We're going to go to high orbit. We're going to set another base up in the high orbit. And the thought process here is we're basically going to do the same thing. We have a fusion pile, we have a construction module. We're going to put a space dock and a PD module here. And then what we're going to do with the old ones is we're going to start the process of upgrading them. So we're going to upgrade it to a settlement core. I want to upgrade in a way where it doesn't disable the places, so we can keep using the docks for refuel if we need to. So it's going to be a bit slow, but I think this way we'll be more secure in our control. Okay, let's try not to lose that army. It doesn't look like it's winning against the Xenomorph right now by itself. Okay, I don't think I have access to English, so those ones get to do what they want there. Deploy armies to that location. You heal. Just gave you an order, but apparently... Oh, the rest of them were going by sea is I think what was happening. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Let some time pass. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of aliens there. Massive grouping of aliens and megafauna. Rampaging across Somalia. Okay. I think I was going in the right direction for the moment. Ecuador is back under alien administration control. Ultraviolet phaser batteries, okay. So the first thing I want to grab is I want to grab Greater India. Do I have control over you? I do have control over you. Or... Oh, no, I don't have control of that one. So, I suppose for a Twitch stream set that I've labeled Fighting for Jupiter, we're doing a lot more fighting for India, which is very different locations, but I swear we're going to do more fighting for Jupiter, and or the aliens are going to bend the place, and it's going to be an easy cakewalk. I'm not sure which of those is going to be yet. Okay, how... India is stable for the moment. Let's then redouble our efforts to raise public opinion in the EU.
I will try to sway the public.
Once we got like 66, 67% public opinion, we're going to move after the servant's executive points there.
offering assistance.
Okay, you've mostly recovered. Let's get you moving down here as well. Okay. Alien Megafauna has been destroyed in the Zia region. Okay. We do have a couple going around there to keep aliens down in a rear. The mine over in Jupiter region is up and operational, providing nearly 202 volatiles per month. That is good. That's one of the reasons we're going to Jupiter, is to get mines like that.
Violence is abating.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
We've moved the needle.
The people will come to our side.
The people will come to our side.
Okay, one over there that was dealt with. That's good. China isn't at war with the aliens, so the Chinese armies are basically going to be tasked with dealing with any new xenofauna that spawn. Actually, in hindsight, let's get some more armies for them, because they still got a job to do, let's say. Okay, so a bunch of new stuff at the new have. We're going to also start upgrading your orbital core as well. So those two orbital cores are going to primarily serve as our refueling and repairing base in the Jupiter system, so we don't have to fly back to Earth every time we want to do a simple repair. Okay, alien megafauna in Bangalore has been destroyed, so it's now just us versus the territory. Oh god, there's 5 of them there. Okay. Is what it is. And I wasn't being careful enough with the armies, so we lost one of the armies to the alien defense force. 2 Navy launches attaching to one of the existing US armies. So in theory, one of these that guy can now go abroad. Of course, once he gets some friends, he's probably not going abroad. He's probably going just straight into South America. So he doesn't need the sea capacity, but he has it now. Don't think we care about that one. New orbital core. Okay. So here, I want more repair facilities. I want to upgrade the repair facilities, basically what we're doing. We got 2 space stations. So I probably only need the 5 each, right? So we're gonna say 4 shipyards. We're gonna figure out how to power these once we get them built. I do have fusion. I technically don't have the heavy fusion, I think. I think I just got the regular fusion, right? Tier 2. Does seem to track what I'm seeing. So, regular fusion it is. You provide 170 power, so with that and that, the station is powered. No, the new stuff is powered. Do you want to do a layered defense? Yeah, that's going to oversupply the power, but I think that's probably fine. And then layered defense. And then while all that's going on, I think we'll do an upgrade to the next tier. And then the ground base, same sort of logic. We're gonna immediately proceed to do the upgrade. Now here we don't need a shipyard. So this is just getting more slots. I'm not gonna bother with upgrading anything, obviously, right now, because well, I could start upgrading the mine. That would be the thing we'd upgrade. Yeah, let's, I'll grab a fusion reactor. We'll toss down a tier 2 layered defense. So we place some defense here, and we'll queue up the mining upgrade. Which of course takes the whole mine offline. But I think 100 volatiles a day is worth having it not work for 80 days. India takes control of the Bangalore region. Success. Okay, we'll let our armies have a breather, and then we go to the alien administration in Chennai. Chennai? My English pronunciation of Indian names is not the best. An enemy ship joins the resistance. I don't want you. Can you even make it to a port? Probably. He's got 60 KPS on him. Fly to your closest port and disassemble yourself. That's what we're basically doing here. Repair and resupply? No. Just fly there. You've completed transfer. Okay. Close, and then we want to select you. And we're going to tell you to scuttle. It's telling me it'd be better protected. Yes, it would be, but it would also be excessive. Learning to sometimes not be excessive in this game is an art form. Okay, so you're going to be done next cycle. We'll probably toggle up something else there. Still looking. Okay, let's hit confirm. Continue moving forward. I'm waiting for the Russian army here to land before we do the march on the next objective.
Lending my expertise.
Okay. So now we've got 12 armies here to go up against the 5 Megafauna. Yeah, both stacks probably have damaged units in them. I'm not gonna wait around waiting for them to recover. We're gonna begin marching. 1, 2, 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Yeah, so I think all of them are assigned to go to the objective. January, February, March, April, May. So we're looking 3 months to Greater India. Parasite decon operations complete. Yeah, that given the circumstances, bonus damage with Megafauna. We're fighting the Megafauna. Should have probably done that earlier. Well, Defender Virus, do what we can to help.
We have moved the needle.
Order is returning.
The people will come to our side.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay, so I think I'm in a good position. Interesting. You were actually able to repair. So yeah, do a resupply. We're probably ready to come after the servant points over here. Okay, you've deployed. Granted, you're still on Hunt the Aliens, so that's fine. Romeo 813 is repaired, ready for orders. So we're just waiting for these guys to arrive on the 10th of May, and then we will begin systematically taking over the entire Jupiter area. We have mining capacity for another 9 mines. We're going to set up 9 more mines. Okay, so we did lose an army. That's what 8 megafauna does. New Navy launches. Pan Asian Carbine has a new Navy. Okay. And module upgraded. Cool. So, upgrade the ring. Build 4 shipyards. A layered defense. And some power. Yep. So this is the one with the fleet added. Everything will be done 26th of June. This is the one that doesn't have the fleet added. This will be done 27th of May. So we are going to do the upgrades here. We actually held off on the upgrades because I wanted a functional dock. Now that we have the second functional dock, we don't need the first functional dock, so the first functional dock can be upgraded to shipyard. So you can upgrade to shipyard, you can upgrade to the fusion reactor array, and you can upgrade to the layered defensive array. And then when that's done on the 4th of June, it can upgrade as well. At which point we might be done with the core very soon after. Yeah, so this is just going to be upgrading for a while, is basically what's going to happen. But I think it'll be good. Okay. Some time pass. We are starting to make some good headway against the fauna. I think the weakest one before we arrived is at 50. It's now down to 2. So we should have a death soon. Although the same might be said of us. I'm not sure how damaged our guys were before we moved in. As far as here, we are up over 66. Probably actually getting a bit closer. We want to leave at least one guy on the campaign. But we are going to start with the Purge and the Crackdown. I would like to spend the influence really on raising money, but
Cracking down.
taking points here is going to be just
Where
as
to?
valuable.
We're taking power.
Okay. go around our counselors, make sure we're not leaving any stuff on the table. So unless I wanted to reorganize your stuff, and we probably will at some point in the future, it's science. We'll keep it simple, just stick to science right now. You probably want to be persuasion. So you can public campaign better. You're a quick learner. We'll grab investigate. Although no, you're capped out on control or on command. So the combat astronaut, unless I specifically need to assault alien enemy space asset, which don't need. We don't need the combat astronaut one on you. You probably want a little bit more command for when we go to raising unrest in the alien nation. If we do that, you can grab some. I think the espionage when being taken to the counselors may actually apply even if it would take you over cap. So we'll grab that. You want more command. Be fair, advising, you get more XP for completing tasks that you can fail. You can't fail advise. The advisor here hasn't been skilling up very fast. Although they have been providing like 25% more investment points in the United States. They've been providing 25% more science in the United States. And we're slowly improving their capacity to improve the US Army. So, I don't want them... I could technically be trying to skill them faster, but what they're doing is working, so we'll keep rolling with that.
Offering counsel.
Okay, got one of the megafauna. One of the Montreal region is dealt with. So you... I suppose you could swap over to the other region, but no, we've got another megafauna here in the United States. So you're going down there. Oh, let's actually back off a little bit on Unity here. One of the reasons to do Unity here, because we're not on the beta, was to raise the cohesion, which I still want to do. But I'd like to try to keep knowledge 20% or above.
Things are cooling off. We're winning their hearts and minds.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
I think that's good enough in the United States for the moment. Okay, not our problem yet. We did lose an army. Okay. This just moved the this actually moved the navy on that army to a different Japanese navy or different Japanese army. So I think the last one over in Japan can now come help. Yes, it can. Cancel your operation. Cancel hunt xenoform. If you're gonna come help, I want you to be helping, not just globetrotting against the aliens. So in 17 and a bit days it will arrive. Okay, successful crackdown. A little close for comfort, but successful crackdown. Fleet launches for Earth orbit, and not a problem. This looks to be more like a combat fleet. Not a particular problem. We do have an army that's on the risk of being destroyed, but I'm just gonna let it be destroyed, it's fine. Okay, so going forward, we've got 25% more bonus damage with Megafauna. We probably still would have lost some armies if we... Oh, and another one that's bonus damage. This is alien armies, though. So we'll set that as a favorite. Okay, we're going to do this one, so we get the assault bonus versus the alien assets, so we can clear up the alien bases later easier. Okay, so your core is upgraded. I'm not actually sure what I want to do other than letting you upgrade the rest of the stuff, so it's good enough for the moment. Ground base. Similar sort of thing with the ground base. Theory, I've got the power. No, theory, I'm a little short on the power. Okay. Let's put a fusion reactor farm. And an actual farm. And then we'll work on trying to just upgrade everything as stuff comes off the cooldown. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do in space too, but... Enemy depot seized. Defensive maneuvers with the 20th Guards Army have seized several intact alien military supply depots. As luck would have it, fuel, munitions, batteries, and other supplies within are largely compatible with equipment used by the Eurasian Union's armed forces. The Eurasian troops are already helping themselves to some free gear to offer. Local commanders have requested orders on what to do with the rest of it. Repair 20% of the damage. Improve them. Okay, I don't need the ops. So it's either make the EU better at troop combat. Which... it's up to invasion age, so it's actually the most advanced one. Or make the current army heal 20% of its current damage. Given the circumstances, I'm going to go with the heal.
Our
That brings up to
associates are now
46%,
in charge.
I believe. 47%, yeah. Makes us less likely to lose that army. We now have 3 of the 5 control points in the EU. And we're just going to repeat that a couple turns in a row. I think we'll be able to take the entire EU over. And then we might start contemplating undoing what we did to get into the EU, which is start putting all the people back in it. So that's a future problem. Yeah, probably should have let the army rest a little bit longer before we threw it in against the 5 alien armies. Or the 5 alien xenoforms here. Oh. Okay. You. Get there. You are Asian combines, not xenoforms. You are EU army. EU is technically a war with the aliens, so you come down here, reinforce that campaign. You are in Naples. You can't get down here. Okay, that's a fair enough reason not to come down here. Park yourself there next to that alien nation one. We get a little bit more firepower. Like, there's a second army there. When we get control of that other army, because I suspect I don't have control of that army, or if I do... I do have control of that army. Okay, so when we get those 2 armies together, we'll move them both into there and retake that place for the EU. And then they'll move into the Middle East.
Reporting in.
Okay. So you purge the next one. You are allowed to use all the influence you can muster.
Targeting their key people.
Same thing.
Ready.
One's crackdown, one's purge. Use
Targeting
all
your
your
position.
influence. You
Reporting in.
If I had another crackdown, or we could crack down with you, or crack down and then purge.
At your service.
What's the op?
Acknowledged.
Yeah, I need to get this person's
Where do you need me?
investigate up so they can crack down decently.
Ready to go.
Ready for orders.
Your orders?
Let's have you public campaign in the EU. EU, we're up to 70. Yeah, so we'll have you public
Must
campaign.
persuade the people.
I'm actually going to move
Where to?
you off to attacking alien bases. There's a 76% one in territory we've just recently taken over. Take some ops.
Heading to
Clear
the
the
LZ.
And we'll pick you up this month. We'll let the armies refresh, and then we'll probably go marching into Pakistan. Well, the alien controlled bits of Pakistan. Okay, yeah. Definitely not feeling super great about the number of armies we're losing here.
Offering support.
Advanced Unilogical Monitoring? Okay. Romeo 874 completes transfer. Can you actually quickly do transfer over to the other one that's got some fuel? Yeah, 4.1 hours. To repair and resupply on arrival. It's going to take 10 days for it to refuel, but once it's refueled, we'll be on the offensive in Jupiter. Don't need the control points yet. Could grab that to help stabilize. Good work on the Helium 3 mine. My only buildable station is on surface bases. I think this technically needs to be in orbit around the gas giant. Yeah. Granted, we're taking over the gas giant, so that wouldn't be too hard. The biggest expense here would be the 3 mission control, I think. And this would... Granted, this isn't necessarily going to save us very much. It just removes the... or swaps the radioactive cost, the physical cost, to water on all our fusion mines, because we're not using those drives, the Hellion fusion drives. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll pick it up anyway, because we're still probably going to use those fusion plants. Yeah, might have been a little too cavalier coming into the tip here. You, because you're randomly on an island, I suspect you probably have a navy. Can we get you to reinforce the potentially losing battle down in that location? You stop hunting aliens because we need you to heal up so we can actually have fighting.
Move the needle.
Violence is abating.
Yeah, America looks stable for the moment. Victor 2354 completes transfer to low Earth orbit. This is a situation where we sally. 3.4 hours we arrive. And we engage. They're making a run for it. We'll commit a couple KPS. Okay. So they won't be available to complete what they're working on until November. In theory, there's another guy doing surveillance, so we should interrupt the other surveillance mission. Apparently there isn't another person doing surveillance. Thought there was. Well, if there isn't, you're going back to refuel. We lost another army, although the remaining armies are all pretty healthy, so we should be able to finish the attack. You've resupplied, okay.
We have hurt them where it hurts.
Hurt them where it hurts. That's kind of where you want to hit them. Mine upgrade complete. So there's a question here. Do I upgrade again? So upgrading again would provide us another 100 volatiles per month. Upgrading would take the mine offline for 160 days. So that would take a couple years to pay back. Because what? It's five and a bit month offline, and it's the extra pay takes 3 years to pay for a month. So it's like 15. So it's a year and a half. Yeah, if it's a year and a half payback cycle, we should probably do the upgrade. And then you have enough power to power all that. So I don't need to bust you. Romeo 874 is resupplied. Now it's time to start doing some activities in the Jupiter Belt. So we're pretty far out on Jupiter. There is apparently... Okay, there's 3 fleets in Jupiter orbit. You're docked at a fortress. Can I go to the fortress? Yes. This is the fortress we would be attacking. It has... This is the fortress we're attacking. How scary is that fortress? Offhand. 15,000 fleet power, it says. Alien battle station, alien battle station, alien battle station, battle station, lots of battle stations. And some space works. Okay, so this is a potential target. So one thing I don't know is how well these fleets perform. against things like this station. So at some point, we're going to have to find out. And this is probably the best place to find out. Wow, it's taking 1.4 weeks to get there. 1.4 weeks with half the fuel tank burn. Yeah, let's maybe not burn quite so aggressively. Okay, let's go that fast. 2.3 weeks. We'll spend 20 KPS. And then we'll see how we fare against the space station.
By the numbers.
By the numbers. Okay, so you're fully upgraded to the tier 2 stuff. Well, except for the construction module. Go look. You're still upgrading. Yeah, okay. Let's start the process of upgrading the space dock here. And then we'll use the tier 2 ones that we have for repairs in the meantime.
We are in control now.
Okay, in theory that's probably gonna, well, will give us more control over the EU's armies. One last army to take down there, and then the region will probably defect fairly quickly. Well, I say army, one xenoform left to deal with. Okay. So you have naval capacity, you can probably come and reinforce the stuff in India. Yeah. You've mostly recovered. You have naval capacity, so come reinforce the stuff in India. And crack down and purge the last point.
Applying pressure on their people.
Acknowledged. Terminating the opposition.
At your service. Taking it to them.
You are raising public opinion in the United States. I'm a little bit more worried about the alien, or about the servants or the aliens or whatever taking the EU back, so let's defend interest there.
Securing our control.
And we'll go one more month before I think we end the part here. Okay, once more we sortie. They're willing to fight, so they're willing to die. High wall. We outnumber them, we'll come in at 500, just to keep it simple. This is one of the fleets that still has a Coil-class Titan. Focus fire on the battleship. The rest of you are going to be microed by us. Is the one in the back? You're the one in the back. So you're the one we gotta destroy. You're probably the surveillance ship. You're the closest of the small ones, so focus on that. Let time advance. When we cross the 1,000-kilometer range, all the laser cannons will open up. The coil gun will probably open up a little earlier than that. Here's the coil gun going off, I think. So looks like most of the enemy fleet is maintaining. Okay, yeah, they start taking more evasive maneuvers. So I'd say most of them were maintaining a wall position. Did it again. Look through the UI. Okay, one flanker left, already pretty heavily damaged, and gone. Okay, so based on the firing range, yes, firing at the battleship with everything is the priority today. It's the only thing within laser range right now. Open fire. Kinetics are hitting it. Apparently the aliens for once did not bring enough PD. Although this was a surveillance fleet, right? This is like the equivalent of the Italians sending battleships to deliver supplies to the Axis forces in North Africa. It's like, yeah, no, they're doing things that you normally just like send a transport ship to do, and it's like, no, they're having to send battleships because anything short of that's not enough. Okay, this alien has one plasma. Oh, one of the siege coil rounds hit it, and it was gone. So as we're waiting for things to happen, we can look at our officer corps here. This ship's got a decent crew. It's got a Captain Gochin Fu, who's lowering the mission control cost on that ship by 1. Got a ship gun system officer. Increases the chance that weapons overcome ECM. Increases laser damage. And it makes them better to come over ECM. Increased acceleration we're not really using, because I think that would basically be the entire fleet that we need. Although reducing the chance of officer death by combat by 30% is nice. And it reduces income damage from particle weapons. Increases the probability that all weapons' ability to overcome ECM by 10%. Increases the damage of all weapons except the weapons we're not using by 10%. Yep, that's the officer corps on that one ship, for example. We've got a first officer, increase the chances of officer being promoted by a triggering event by 100%. Laser extra damage. Damage control officer reduces internal damage taken by the ship by 5%. Okay. The enemy ship is gone. Took out the alien fleet. Is there still an alien fleet doing surveillance? Yes. So let's have you go after them. I think we've already made them run once, so they're probably going to run again. But let's officially make them do the run. Enemy maximum escape. So it really comes down to, are they going to run or not? So we're going to bid. They, of course, book it. That, of course,
Lending my
resets them.
expertise.
And then we'll go back to base to refuel.
Securing our interests.
Prepared and resupplied and ready for the aliens to come again. Okay, so this is a situation where, yes, we're going to just immediately start upgrading the construction module. And we probably want a farm here. We can afford to power a farm. We can. We'll have to do power plant upgrades if we're going to afford doing any more upgrades, but defensive-wise, but that's fine. Helium 3 mine. Not going to rush to build that, but we've got it researched. Let's improve the damage control teams. Resistance Fleet Romeo 874 completes transfer. Arrived at low Callisto orbit. Okay. I thought I'd sent you to go deal with the base, but apparently you just arrived at the orbit. That's fine for the moment. What does the Callisto sites look like? Got some decent ones. There's a 45, 43, 30, a bunch of 30s here. A bunch of water as well. Oh, and there's a servant space. Of course, one thing I'm realizing with the fleet as I have designed, we do not have any rangers. Meaning I have no way to take bases by storm. This is, of course, a colony fleet, so it's got, like, a lot of 16 big. I think it's actually got, like, 10 charges of found outpost. Let me check. One, 2, 5, 7, 8. Yep, it's got 10 charges. We're not going to set up 10 outposts. Could set up 9. Could set up 9. Okay, you got the most volatile, so we'll found an outpost. Yeah, I can found like a number. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. Take all the ones that are over 30 and leave the rest behind. 5. 6. Oops. That would be 7. Maybe not where I wanted it. No, it was where I wanted it. That's good enough. Okay. So to be fair, the aliens might come blow those up. But first, we're going to go try to attack the alien base, which will arrive in 3.1 hours. And we're engaging. Both fleets are willing to fight. Yeah. We're going to come in on high wall. I might actually even want to go higher than that. I might want to go full Great Wall. Yeah. Okay, and these guys are all laser equipped, with some plasma mixed in. So obviously, we want to blow up the alien fleet that is before us, and then engage the enemy fortress. Which sounds easier than it may in fact be. I have not had to deal with alien fortress locations before. So we've either brought excessive quantities of firepower, or things are going to go poorly. The alien fleet is trivial. We'll blow that up, no problem. Okay, mostly close the gap. Let's see, our point defense is going off. This will keep the enemy connects away. Reject fire on the one that's actually crossed the 1,000. Never mind, it's dead. That is the weight of our lasers. So really, yeah, again, the question here is, how is the fortress going to hold up? Not... How does the alien warships hold up? The answer to the warship question is, yeah, they're not. They're not going to hold up. They're all going to explode. This is why we run plasma, because this is the biggest our lasers get. Right, so they're not going to become more dangerous. If we need them to be more dangerous, we need literally, we need some way to make them more dangerous, which in this case is the plasma. And they're trying to return fire with their laser, but that's doing about as well as you imagine it would be. Now, of course, the fortress has plasma, so we can't stop the plasma at the point defense. Plasma opened fire of her own. Okay, we're gonna take more damage than I would like, but we're gonna have no problem, I think, blowing this place up. There we go. With no ships lost, we managed to take the alien base. Well, cut the alien base to shredded lasers, basically. A couple of guns managed to get taken offline by the alien base in the meantime. But yeah. So, unimportant alien fleet, all things considered. Operations available at the base. And the answer, what we're going to do is we're going to send in... we send in the troops to open fire on the base. Good thing it is not an atrocity to blow up an alien base with weapons fire, because we don't have Marines to take it by assault. We have destroyed the alien station and ocean fortress. In low coast orbit, they will surely seek retribution. May they try. I can do ground bombardment. We're gonna go repair first. Although what I will do is we'll do basically do a fleet swap. This fleet's slower. This is the one we haven't upgraded. Yeah, okay. Yeah. 44.5 kps is probably fine. It'll take 2 weeks to get down there. Construction module complete there. We're just gonna upgrade you. Upgrade the construction module. I'm not even sure Yeah, we have the layered defense up, so let's upgrade the layered defense. Do I need the power from that fusion pile? No, so upgrade the fusion pile as well. Yeah, I think the solution to the alien bases might be to rally some rangers to go in there and blow them up instead of trying to bombard them from orbit. And them look a little bit spoopy. Our counselors and armies do 25% bonus damage to xenoforming. Yeah, we should probably be doing that. Ooh, more bonus to assault. Yeah, okay, I remember doing that one. That makes sense. Xenological coals, yeah. Let's do this one next. Maybe 6% chance because you got a +2 buff since when we set you up. Urban Armor Project. Okay. Would have been nice to have the first portion of that earlier.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Crackdown complete.
Crackdown complete. You're moving to the Kalach. Jin. Karachi. Okay, no, you're moving there. European Union to control the Istanbul region. Back from the aliens. Okay, so those 3 armies, I want you... How intact are they? They're basically intact. So let's move... Granted, this would be... There's 4 of these guys here, right? So there's 6 combat power. We're rolling around with 6 combat power. So that's actually a little bit over 6 combat power. So it's a little closer a fight than I would probably want, but they're not at full health. So I think we'll be good. I don't know why going to sea is quicker than going over land, but that's what they're doing. They'll arrive there on the 28th of June, in 10 days. Romeo Fleet, Romeo 8133 has completed transfer. Okay, at Low Callisto. So at Low Callisto, I probably now want a fusion platform. So we can do refueling in system. And this is mainly here to defend the habs we put on Callisto. So in fact, let's go through the habs we've put on Callisto. And, you know, tell them to actually set up mining operations, now that we think they're going to survive more than 5 seconds. Okay, we'll let those get the setup. I am way over because of the space battles. I assumed, oh, it's just a month. It's just going to take a couple minutes. No, I'm wrong. Send teams to assist.
Target destroyed.
Okay, destroyed. Alien base destroyed. A lot of alien directions were there, because I think that clears 20% rounded down. Might be 20% rounded up. So 8 times 2. So 14. No, 140, 150. Ugh. Yeah, a lot of alien directions there. Clearing them up a little bit. Modules complete. We just started the process of upgrading there. I think we'll actually just continue the process. We're going to go and upgrade this one straight to Spaceworks. And then I'm going to upgrade the layered point defense, or the point defense to a layered point defense, because we have a layered one there. We'll upgrade you. And then we only need 40 power to power everything that's currently here. So I need to leave one of them unupgraded to power the thing. Okay, and that should actually be power positive. So, success. That's all we need to do there. When some of the stuff comes online, we'll do more upgrades, so on and so forth. Okay.
We've removed some threats.
Purge missing successful. We now have full control over the EU. Running us with far more income, far more mission control, so on and so forth. And some more armies. Fifth Guard's army is a land army, so you can get down into India. You have a navy. I'm gonna send you to India. Okay. So before we get too carried away with a whole bunch of stuff that I maybe don't need. Yeah, I've got one army in America. It's probably less than what we want to take on territories. Probably want a second one. The second one will form up in not very long. So we may actually have it in the second one. We'll get the two together and we'll start liberating South America from the aliens. If you're watching on YouTube, I should definitely put a part break in. We're an hour and 20 into what's supposed to be a 50 to 60 minute part. My success at maintaining episode length. So if you're watching YouTube, there'll be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to sip a little bit of tea and stretch the legs. And then we'll get right back to it. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.